Hello, my beautiful rainbow people. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Hebrew Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered testimony of the various Old Testament prophets. It became the Book of Zion, and I found contained within it a set of instructions that I was uniquely qualified to undertake. So I did. And after fulfilling every other stipulation in the prophecy, my to-do list, I was required to publish peace. But I was not allowed to do anything with money. So I'm publishing peace here on YouTube and social media without commercial interruption. No money. And I'm reading to you from the manuscripts that I have written in order to publish peace. I'm going to take up where I left off last time, on the 27th chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the 24th and final chapter of the Book of Zion. It's called In the Last Days, and I'm going to take up where I left off last time. In the meantime, we have to prepare ourselves for what is about to happen. Our planet is going to be hit by an object from deep space, if not more, in our lifetime. We can't stop it. Not even the Grey can stop it. So we must be prepared. Which brings us to Nahum 2:10, which is Zion 24:29. She is empty and void and waste, and the heart melteth, and the knees smite together, and much pain is in the loins, and the face of them all gathered darkness. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man. There is none inhabitants. Literally, no one above ground is going to survive. And all those that sought shelter under the ground level will be entombed in ash. The streets will be empty, the buildings destroyed, the land a waste, no inhabitant. Amos 1:12 becomes Zion 24:28, and he said, "The Lord will roar from Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the inhabitants of the shepherds shall mourn, and the top of Carmel shall wither." The survivors will come out of the shelters. In a world devoid of life, we will witness the return of the Grey to bring us needed aid. And it won't just be Zion and Israel that survives. The inhabitants of the shepherds, those that heed our warnings and prepare, we are the shepherds of humanity. All who survive will emerge to rebuild our worlds. We are all mourning the loss of life. The first year of our emergence will be a mournful time. The earth will be littered with the remains of those who were burned. Take a moment and let yourself deal with this. When we come out of our mountains, the earth will be empty, devoid of life. No sounds, no movement, silence. A world that is earth and ash, bones and crumbling buildings that are not inhabitable. Just imagine everything that we have and love. Gone. Poof. We are about to go through a world-shattering event. When the impact occurs, not a single human being will be without fear. We will all know that this could be our last moment if we didn't protect ourselves enough. And we will know that outside, people are dying. Animals are dying. Our world is rocking. We are but pinballs in a huge game of pinball. And this way, way too pingy for me. Because we're going to be going this way and that way just like a ping pong ball. I call it the roller coaster ride from hell. Our shelter has to protect us from immense gravitational fields. um, that is going to occur when our orbit is disrupted. We are going to be hit with gravity fluctuations that will be frightening and dangerous. If we don't create and stabilizing force to counteract it, it will be frightening. A hellish centrifuge ride that everybody must endure, man, woman, and child. Which brings us to Isaiah 9:18 and 19, which is Zion 24:32. For the wicked burneth as fire, it shall devour the briars and the thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. The wrath of the Lord of hosts the land is darkened, and the people shall be fuel for fire. No man shall spare his brother. For the wicked shall burneth as fire. It shall devour the briars and the thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. Our faces will gather darkness, because even as we tumble around in our intergravity dome, we will know that outside the fire rages. The earth is being cleansed of all the wicked who rejected the gray and refused to believe them. They will be dying a very painful fiery death, destined to be bound to the earth as plants. We knowing this, will mourn, feeling their loss of life and mobility. Because empaths can feel the death of others, and the sheer number of deaths will be overwhelming. Our bodies will be tossed around like bouncing balls, even as our hearts and minds hear and feel the painful loss of life taking place beyond the walls of Zion and the other arcs around the world. It will be a very dark day on this planet. Because even though the wrath of the Lord of hosts, the land is darkened, and the people shall be a fuel of fire. No man shall spare his brother. The Lord of hosts, the Gray, told us long ago that we must safeguard life on Earth. We had to follow laws to ensure our survival. If we violated those laws, we would suffer from the curse that we now face. It is the wrath of God. We were warned long ago to keep the laws of Moses or to be cursed by it. We are now cursed by it. We let greed and corruption destroy us. We did this to ourselves. The threefold God warned us. We didn't listen. We fooled ourselves into believing that we didn't have to keep the law. But we're wrong. And now it's way too late. We have created a ticking time bomb. The combustible elements of our atmosphere is building up, and it will explode. Physics requires it. Karma demands it. And we've already set it in motion. No amount of money or science can save us. Tick tock, tick tock. And this verse reaffirms that no one outside the caves and shelters will survive. They will all burn. No one can spare another. All will be burnt to ash and bones. We must prepare. I don't want to be burned. I want to burn everlasting burnings in my sacred bowls. No one who rejects my warnings will survive. Lamentations 2:8 is my next passage. It becomes Zion 24:32. The Lord hath prepared to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. Rihanna is my daughter. She is gray. She will be here on earth before the impact. Her shelter, with its wall, will be destroyed along with everything else on the surface. She won't take up space in the mountain arc, so her housing unit wall will be a part of the destruction. She'll, of course, be off-world. Zephaniah 1:2 is our next passage. It becomes Zion 24:33. I will utterly consume all things off the land, saith the Lord. Fire, fire, all around. All will be consumed. No more, no one, no thing will remain. I can't say this enough. We must dig in. We must create a safe place to be when the fire devours our world. Don't be fuel for the fire. Don't reject the truth. God is here. Don't wait for a ghost, because you'll be a ghost if you do. Which leads us to Isaiah 64:10 and 11, which becomes Zion 24:34 and 35. The holy city is a wilderness. Zion is a wilderness. Jerusalem is a desolation. Our holy and our beautiful house, where our fathers praise thee, is burned up with fire, and all our pleasant things are laid waste. The holy city is a wilderness. Zion is a wilderness. Jerusalem a desolation. When the prophets say everything everywhere, they meant it. Not even the holy city of Zion is left. And the ancient holy city of Jerusalem is a desolation. Nothing remains. This society is gone. Only the monuments remain. Mount Rushmore, the pyramids, the Great Wall. Those may survive the fire. But will they survive the impact? We will see. But the firestorm will burn everything everywhere, Zion and Israel too. Only our holy and our beautiful house, where our fathers praise thee, is burned up. No, it's our holy and our beautiful house, where our fathers praise thee, is burnt up with fire, and all our pleasant things are laid waste. Total loss. Nothing is except from the fire. Not even the Dome of the Rock or Calvary can withstand the heat. The Vatican gone, the churches, temples, mosques, synagogues, and stupas all burnt. Everything we have built, everything we know, gone, poof, in a huge planetary bonfire. Total annihilation. Total devastation. All of our current history gone. Which brings us to Micah 1:3, which becomes Zion 24:36. For behold, the Lord cometh forth out of his place, and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth. When we come out of our mountains, we will be in what we now call the high places. When the firestorm hits, it will melt all the ice. The sea level will be at its highest. No low ground will remain. The sea would rise 70 meters, or 230 feet. Only the foothills and the mountains would remain, the high ground. And everyone opposing the gray would also be gone. So the aliens will come down and tread on our high ground. The only reason we haven't made it first contact yet is because the governments oppose the alien presence and actively prevent interactions between grays and humans. With the stupid people gone, the intergalactic representatives will come to help us rebuild. The world we build will be an intergalactic world. There won't be any isolation. We will be fully integrated into the larger universe society. We will build a spaceport. We will rebuild the temples and the council chambers. And the aliens will be there at our side. A new world. A world that is part of a much larger society. We have much to look forward to. So, I'm going to stop here for the day. So may the gray watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it, and let that be your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion, our camp out for freedom. My name is Zion. I am the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, the prophet from the Old Testament. Isaiah 54 is my resume. Check me out. And I love you way too much to ever say goodbye. So I'm going to say later now.